Breaking news in the last hour. The Russian-American citizen Ksenia Karelina has been released in a prisoner swap between Moscow and Washington. Joining me now is our Moscow correspondent, Ivor Bennett. And Ivor, just explain to us the reasons why she was arrested in the first place.
So Ksenia Karelina is a Russian-American national. She is a spa worker from LA, and she was arrested in Russia at the start of last year when she was visiting her family here in the central Russian city of Yekaterinburg, and she was then convicted for treason and sentenced to 12 years after a closed trial in August. And her apparent crime, according to Russia, was donating money to a charity that was supporting Ukraine, and it was the paltry sum of $51.80, which equates to roughly £40. It was made on the first day of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The charity is one called TREASON. It's based in New York, and it says it provides humanitarian aid to children and the elderly in Ukraine. Russia, though, claimed it was providing military assistance and claimed that her donation of around £40 was used for ammunition. But the good news for her and her family is that she is now on her way home back to the US after a prisoner swap took place this morning in Abu Dhabi. It's been confirmed by US Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who has written on X. He said, American Ksenia Karelina is on a plane back home to the United States. She was wrongfully detained by Russia for over a year, and President Trump secured her release. POTUS will continue, he says, to work for the release of all Americans. Now, we don't have confirmation from Russia that this of the details of this prisoner swap, but it was first broken by the US newspaper, the Wall Street Journal, and they have said that going in the other direction, released by the US, is a man called Artur Petrov, who is a dual German-Russian citizen. He was arrested in Cyprus in 2023 for smuggling microelectronics, according to US prosecutors, which they believed were being used for military purposes, to Russia. And we can see this prisoner exchange being all part of the recent thawing relations, or the ongoing thawing relations between Moscow and Washington, of course, that has been ushered in under Donald Trump's presidency. It began with another prisoner released back in mid-February, a schoolteacher, Mark Fogel, who was released out of the blue here in Moscow after a visit by Steve Witkoff, a secret visit. And that then kick-started the talks between the two sides. There is talk of a reset of relations, talk of sanctions potentially being lifted on Russia, and the two sides are actually talking today in Istanbul about the resumption and normalising their diplomatic missions, or the work of their diplomatic missions in their respective capitals. So that's going on as Donald Trump pushes for a peace deal in Ukraine, and we can see this prisoner swap as being all part of that warming of relations between these two sides.